So today I was driving down 17, taking my mother down to the nursing home. We were visiting some of the older folks we have down there, family and friends. And out of the corner of my eye, I looked over and I saw this deer with his leg caught in a fence, struggling. And he had another deer with him. There was a pretty big buck that was with him. He was on the other side of the fence. The buck was as well, and the buck was there with him. So this is a road where the speed limit's like 55, and we went past it. So I did a U-turn first chance I could, and went back in the southbound lane, and then I had to do another U-turn to get back to where this deer was. And I went up and was trying to free him. There was no way, without any tools, that I was going to get his leg out of there. There was barbed wire along the top of the fence, and he somehow got his leg intertwined between that barbed wire and the top of that fence. He had it in there good. So I was hoping somebody would come along with some tools. I was driving Angela's car, and if I would have had my truck, I've got tools in there to cut. I could cut fence with. But yeah, unfortunately, did not have that.
Let's go back home and get some
I
tools.
hated to take the time to drive back to the house, and get tools and come back while that thing is in there suffering. So my second thought was to call the police, because there's a lot of police close by in Independence. It seems like you see a lot of them. Thought I could call the police and probably have somebody there in a couple minutes. They probably got tools, something to cut fence with. Probably got it in their car. But I got lucky. There was a pickup truck went by, had 3 guys in it, and they saw me up there with the deer, and they stopped, and they had a bag full of tools, so they came to the rescue. Okay, now that we had some tools, this guy was able to cut the fence. First he cut the barbed wire, and that still didn't free it. I don't know how this thing got wrapped up like this, but yeah, I had to cut the top of the fence, which eventually freed the deer. It was pretty exhausted, and its leg was pretty sore. It went into the woods there a little bit, and it just laid down. I think it's just worn out. Hard telling how long it was caught like that. It could have been, got caught there during the night. It could have been there 4 hours, 6 hours. Who knows? I think it's going to be all right though. It'll be fine. One thing that was pretty neat was the buck that was with that deer. This deer, the buck was pretty good size. I mean, might have been an 8-pointer. But from when I first spotted the deer, the buck was with it, and I went down because I was heading north. I had to go down and make a U-turn, come back southbound, and make another U-turn to get to where the deer was. And I parked the car and walked up. I got pretty close up there before that buck finally left. So it was staying there with that deer, that injured deer, stuck deer, but it was staying there like it was trying to help it, even though he couldn't do anything.